Before TikTok turned us into dopamine-hungry, scrolling machines, we had other ways to pass the time. Sure, it was sometimes chaotic, a little weird, and occasionally life-threatening. Hello, cinnamon challenge? But hey, they were fun. And more importantly, they didn't come with an algorithm judging our every move. Let's be honest, life before TikTok wasn't just good. It was unhinged in the best way possible. We had absurd internet trends, DIY disasters, and social media that wasn't so polished. Yes, that's the one. I'm gonna look into pre-TikTok era to revisit all the weird, creative, and occasionally questionable things we did to keep ourselves entertained. Spoiler alert, it was a mess. But it was our mess. Oh yes, YouTube challenges. The chaotic playground where the entire internet came together to watch people make terrible life choices for views. The cinnamon challenge was the reigning champion of dumb yet irresistible ideas.
Oh, that was my nose.
The concept was simple. Shove a spoonful of powdered cinnamon into your mouth and try to swallow it without choking. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. What actually happened was a lot of coughing, gagging, and wheezing as clouds of cinnamon erupted like a spicy volcano. And let's be honest, half the fun was watching your overconfident friends say, "This will be easy, man." That was right before they looked like a malfunctioning smoke machine. But let's not forget the ice bucket challenge. This, which somehow managed to combine self-inflicted misery with a good cause though. People poured freezing water over their heads to raise awareness for ALS. Somewhere along the way, it became less about the cause and more about how creative or chaotic you could get with your setup. Bonus points were if the bucket slipped or the person dumping the water on you missed entirely. And then there was planking. Yeah, where the goal was to lie face down in the most ridiculous location possible. People planked on staircases, shopping carts, and occasionally very unstable surfaces. Was it art? Was it comedy? We'll never know. But it was undeniably iconic. Before we jumped into TikTok and endless scrolling and yada whatnot, there was Vine. Yes, the original home of bite-sized chaos. With just 6 seconds though to work with. Creators had no time to overtake.
Whoa, you good, man?
Toss me my keys. I said my keys.
I thought you said printer.
Why the f would I say printer?
The result? It was some of the weirdest, funniest and most quotable moments the internet has ever seen. Even now we still use memes, GIFs, sound effects from Vine era. Take Road Work Ahead.
Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Oh yeah, I sure hope it does. It's a line so simple and random that it shouldn't have worked. But somehow it became an anthem for an entire generation that it's an avocado. Thanks. A perfect mix of disappointment and gratitude that we're all secretly related to. Vine was such a special place because it forced creativity to limitation. 6 seconds wasn't enough time for flashy transitions or overproduced content. It was just raw, unfiltered chaos, and that's what made it so relatable. You'd find everything from poorly executed pranks, perfectly timed one-liners. It didn't matter if it was polished, what mattered was that it made you laugh, even if you didn't fully understand why. But the best part that I loved about Vine wasn't algorithm driven like TikTok. You didn't scroll endlessly to curated content, you found videos by accident, by group chats or from friends spamming your inbox. It felt a bit more personal, I would say, like an inside joke shared by millions. But not all pre-TikTok entertainment revolved around the camera. Sometimes you had to get your hands dirty, literally. DIY projects were a cornerstone of early internet culture, and while they didn't always work out, the attempt was half the fun. Take slime for example. Before TikTok turned it into a sensory trend, slime making was a messy science experiment. You were armed with glue, borax, and questionable internet instruction. We'd create blobs of goo that were either too sticky, too runny, or just wrong. No, okay? But when you got it right, you feel like a genius. I love that feeling. Then there were the duct tape wallets. These weren't just a craft project. They were a status symbol. If you managed to create a fully functional wallet out of a duct tape, you were instantly cooler than your peers. You were the biggest Sigma around. Beta, Theta, whatever you call it. Whatever, Gen Z. Bonus points if you used neon colors or that weird leopard print duct tapes that every craft store seemed to have. And who could forget the Mentos and Diet Coke experiments? You drop the Mentos into a soda bottle, step back, and watch a cola geyser erupt into the sky. This was fun. It wasn't just your average day fun. It was a spectacle to behold. Okay. Sure, it wasted a perfectly good bottle of Coke, but when you're 12, nothing's more satisfying than creating a soda fountain taller than you. Again, before TikTok transformed social media into a sleek, hyper-curated experience, platforms were a little rough around the edges, sort of. And that was part of the charm. Facebook was the Wild West of cringe content. Remember chain posts? Share this or a ghost will hunt you tonight. Or the infamous poking feature, which we all used but we never really understood. I mean, that was weird. Okay. Instagram in its early days was all about grainy photos of food and sunset with captions like #NoFiller, even though there were fucking fillers and definitely a filler, but okay. And Twitter, it wasn't about, or X, whatever, it wasn't about going viral. It was about tweeting random thoughts like, just saw a squee whale, feeling inspired. Social media wasn't a content machine. It was a digital diary. And it was gloriously unpolished, I'll give you that. But these platforms didn't have algorithms pushing trends or influencers telling you what to do. They were chaotic, messy, and they were very, very personal. You didn't post to go viral. You just posted because you wanted to. Even if it was a blurry picture of your cat. Looking back now, it's wild to think about how creative we were before TikTok streamlined everything. From YouTube challenges to Vine chaos, DIY experiments to the golden days of social media. Especially me, I found so much joy in this randomness. So if you scroll on TikTok, just take a moment, especially from the US, to remember simple times, because a ban is coming. Or so I heard. Maybe this will inspire you to try planking on your living room floor or make a duct tape wallet. Just skip the cinnamon challenge, please. Trust me on that one.